Namaste, I'm Alkananda Ma, Ayurvedic doctor and principal of Alandi Ayurveda Gurukula in Boulder, Colorado. So last week we were talking about long COVID, and one of the things we mentioned that could be helpful for self-help is the healing mantra. So I thought today we should just talk about what is the healing mantra and how to recite it. And I'll put the words of the healing mantra in the description so you can read it. So first of all, let's just go through the healing mantra word by word. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhíṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukamiva bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya Mahamritunjaya. So you can recite that after me. Let's try it again. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhíṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukamiva bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya mṛtā. When you say puṣṭi, for the T, you turn your tongue back. Puṣṭi. You also have the hard consonants sometimes. Sugandhīṃ, puṣṭi-vardhánam. While you're breathing, you get putting more breath through that consonant. So this is known as healing mantra. It's also known as Mahamritunjaya Mantra. That's its real name. The great mantra that conquers death. So this mantra is for healing of your own illnesses, sending healing energy to others. This mantra will also prevent accidents. So once you learn this mantra, you can say it when you get in your car, get on your bicycle, get on a plane, etc., because it will prevent accidents. And it will also destroy poisons, even poisons that have no antidote. So the meaning of this mantra, Om, that's the essence of all sound, the unstruck sound. Tryámbakaṃ, tryámbak means having three eyes, the masculine, feminine, and transcendent view. Yajāmahe, yaj means to sacrifice. We are sacrificing to that Lord who has three eyes. That is Shiva, the god Shiva, who is actually your true nature. Soham, I am that. So Shiva is your own true nature, the dweller in your heart. Sugandhíṃ, sugandhíṃ means the one who is fragrant. Puṣṭi-vardhánam, puṣṭi is nourishment. Puṣṭi-vardhánam is the increaser of nourishment. Urvārukam, urvārukam is a cucumber. So urvārukamiva is just like a cucumber. Bandhānān is bound. So just as the cucumber tightly bound to the vine, urvārukam eva bandhānān mṛtyor. Mṛt is death. It's like related to our word mortal or mortality. Mṛt is death. So like the cucumber is bound to the vine, we are bound to death. Mukṣīya, liberate or separate. Mahamritunjaya. Amrit is immortality. So to be separated from death, mṛtā, but not from immortality. That's the word for word. So the meaning is we sacrifice to that three-eyed Lord who is the fragrant, who is the increaser of nourishment. We are bound to death just as the cucumber is bound to the vine. But how is the cucumber bound to the vine? It's bound only until ripe. When ripe, it spontaneously self-liberates. In the same way as the cucumber self-liberates from the vine, liberate us from the bonds of death. Now, moksha can mean liberate and separate. So liberate us from the bonds of death, but never separate us from immortality, which is our true nature. And mṛt can also mean poison, and amrit is nectar, the opposite of poison. So that's kind of the overall meaning of this mantra. So Lord Shiva is the one who increases nourishment. Lord Shiva, in a way, is the one who was depicted in all of the cave paintings that have to do with hunting deer. Because in our earliest history, Lord Shiva fed us by bringing us success in the hunt. Later, Lord Shiva acquires his vehicle, Nandi, the bull, the one who plows the fields, the one who makes the cows to have young. So as we come into agriculture, Lord Shiva is the one who gives us success in agriculture. But that's not the only kind of nourishment that we call out for in this mantra. That part is there, like give us this day our daily bread. But there's another kind of nourishment. Because remember I said, soham, shivoham, I am that Shiva. That Shiva is the one who provides the inner nectar, the inner nourishment, and that inner nourishment comes about when the knots are untied. So we have three main nadis, three main channels. The Ida on the left, the Pingala on the right, and the Sushumna in the center. And the energy can't flow in them because of knots and tangles. So ultimately all diseases are caused by those knots and tangles that don't allow that inner nourishment, that inner nectar to flow. So if we free ourselves inwardly from those knots and tangles, we become like Shiva with his top knot, with a pure flow of energy. And at that point, disease cannot touch us. Death cannot touch us. Yes, our body will die. But our death is a case of mistaken identity. We can only die if we identify ourselves as that which dies. If we identify Shivoham, if we identify with our true nature, then death is not possible, even though the body will definitely fall away in the due course of time. but we are knowing our true nature, soham, shivoham, we are liberated from the bonds of death. And with that untangling of the knots, that's why it says tryámbakaṃ, the three eyes refer to those three channels, with the energy flowing freely to the third eye, to the crown. In many ways we become free from the blockages that can cause diseases. But let's not too much get into, oh, you're sick, you must have blockages. That was a problem that was going on, I remember very much in the 80s. You could be sick because you're sick, because, for instance, with COVID, because you got a virus, and it's a long-lasting virus, and it's hanging out in your body, and it's not because of your blockages. But if we can identify with our true nature, soham, I am that, shivoham, I am Shiva, then again, even though sick, we are not that which is sick. It gives us a little bit of space, gives us a little breathing space, a little space of the witness, a little freedom from the tightly bound identification with being the one who is sick. It's just like we don't like to say so-and-so is a diabetic, because that's a noun. They may be diabetic, that's an adjective, that may be one of their properties that they're dealing with, but it's not a noun. No illness is a noun. No illness is who you are. Who you are is Shiva. Who you are is boundless, deathless bliss. And when we recite this mantra, we can get a little taste of that. We can get a little space. And it's energizing to our whole body, and it's energizing to the world. And this mantra, we can allow it to heal our body and also to radiate out into the world where so much healing is needed at this time. So there's many different melodies with which this mantra can be chanted. I'm going to chant it according to the Rig Veda melody. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhīṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukam bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya mṛtā. While looking up the words that I put in the chat, try to see if you can join in. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhīṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukam bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya mṛtā. If you like, you can make the mudra for the three channels while chanting this mantra. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhīṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukam bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya mṛtā. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhīṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukam bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya mṛtā. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhīṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukam bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya mṛtā. Om tryámbakaṃ yajāmahe sugandhīṃ puṣṭi-vardhánam urvārukam bandhānān mṛtyor mukṣīya mṛtā. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Anytime at the end of one we've chanted, just in case we might have made some teeny tiny mistake, we always say Hari Om Tat Sat. Tat Sat means that's it. It's like Amen, but it makes it all. According to Sant Gyaneshwar, a great Maharashtrian saint, it makes every mistake you made be gone. It makes everything all right. So just do Hari Om Tat Sat at the end of chanting. Do this mantra in some number that Lord Shiva likes. He likes 5 because his mantra has 5 syllables. So you can chant this mantra 5 times, say when you get in your car. He likes 11 also, so you could chant it 11 times. And there's 108 beads in a mala, like a rosary. We could do a quarter mala, that would be 27. Half mala, that would be 54. Optimally, chant 108 times. We don't do this mantra totally silently because it's the sound vibrations of this mantra are so healing. So at least an audible whisper. You need to be able to hear this mantra. So learn this mantra, recite it to support your self-healing. Not that you have to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, but just to support your self-healing and for healing for the world, which at this time needs so much healing. Om. See you next week. Click the like button if you liked this. Share it, pass it on, get the word out. Thank you.